Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to every one of you who subscribes to my channel. This channel keeps going because of all of you. Thank you. Join the Legion today at patreon.com/63rdlegion for free and help decide next week's new character. Paid supporters also receive access to all my videos early as well as a shout out. Today we're building the Highlander, well, the less cool one, Connor MacLeod. Sorry, but I've already stated Duncan was the best Highlander. Born in 1518 in the Highlands of Scotland, Connor has lived many different lives through the centuries. Unlike Duncan, Connor is far more stoic and serious, a man who carries with him the burden of time and the memory of all those he's lost. Though he is the more serious of the Highlanders, Connor is a very caring and loving individual, who is known to cut loose when the moment calls for it. Trained by the ancient immortal Ramirez, Connor is an expert swordsman and fighter. In combat, Connor utilizes an aggressive stance and a wide array of tactics against his foes. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook, Xanathar's Guide to Everything, and Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. We're using standard point array to keep things simple, and we are multi-classing, so watch those minimums should you use another system. Make Dex 15, Wisdom 14, Con 13, Charisma 12, Intelligence 10, and we're going to be dumping Strength with an 8. I don't want to do this, but it's the only stat that we will not need for this build. Connor is an immortal human, which is not a D&D lineage, so let's use Reborn, found in Van Richten's because you died and got better. Place +2 into Wisdom and +1 into Dex. Ancestral Legacy grants you 2 skills from your former life. Take Perception and History. Knowledge from a past life is a flashback scene. Now when you make a skill check, you can use a past experience to add a d6 to the check. You can do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus between long rests. You know, I actually knew someone who didn't understand Highlander was about immortals. They watched the movie but didn't understand the entire premise that is explained in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Deathless nature makes you very hard to kill. You have advantage on death saves, advantage on saving throws against poison and disease, resistance to poison damage, you don't need food, water, or air to survive, you don't sleep and can't be put to sleep, and your long rests are 4 hours long where you are aware of your surroundings. To finish out your lineage, you know the language common and one other of your choice. For background, we need the skills Medicine and Insight. Now the hard part. You have 2 more proficiencies that can be tools and or languages, and you can not only speak several languages, but you have a lot of skills. I would take Smith's tools since you were trained as a blacksmith, and whatever else you want. Level 1 fighters start off with 2 skills. Take Acrobatics and Athletics. You're proficient in all armor, weapons, shields, and the saving throws Strength and Con. Fighting style is a little difficult to pin down for you. You are trained in multiple forms of combat and have wielded every type of sword imaginable, but you prefer katanas and they are traditionally handled with 2 hands. Great weapon fighting lets you re-roll a dice of 1 or 2 when you are wielding a weapon with 2 hands, and that weapon must have the versatile or 2-handed properties. A few of you are now going, wait, that would mean a weapon that doesn't use Dex, and you dump Strength. I know, trust me, this will work, just give it a couple levels. For right now, just use a rapier. Also, katanas would be finesse longswords anyway. Second Wind lets you heal yourself with a bonus action by 1d10 plus your fighter level once per short or long rest. Level 1 monks begin with unarmored defense, which will be helpful since your idea of armor is a trench coat. Now when not wearing armor or wielding a shield, your AC is 10 plus Dex plus Wisdom. Martial arts improves your unarmed strikes and monk weapons. What are monk weapons? These are simple melee weapons and short swords that lack the 2-handed or heavy properties. Once more, great weapon fighting isn't going over well. Trust me, it will. Now when not wearing armor, your unarmed strikes and monk weapons can use your Dex for attack and damage. Your unarmed strikes and monk weapons can deal martial arts dice and damage, and after taking the attack action, you can make a bonus unarmed strike if you have a free hand. Your martial arts dice will start off at a D4 but will be upgraded later. Level 2 monks receive Dedicated Weapon. Now you can turn any weapon you are proficient with into a monk weapon if it lacks the heavy and special properties. Oh look, you can now wield a longsword with 2 hands and now it's dex based. Sorry this took so long. Have your DM check out Adventures in Rokugan because katanas are finesse in that, and that's actually what they would be in real life. Unarmored movement increases your movement when not wearing armor, bringing your speed up to 40 feet. Key grants you key points that equal your monk level that you can spend on several features, and you regain gain all used key points after 30 minutes of meditation. For these features, Flurry of Blows lets you make 2 unarmed strikes with a bonus action after taking the attack action for 1 key point. Step the Wind turns dash or disengage into a bonus action and doubles your jump distance for 1 key point. Patient Defense turns dodge into a bonus action for 1 key point. Since you'll be wielding a weapon with 2 hands, I would say focus on Patient Defense, so all attacks against you are at disadvantage till your next turn. Okay, we need some healing ability. Level 1 Cleric start off with a Divine Domain. Life from the player's handbook improves your healing even if it's on yourself. Disciple of Life lets you add more HP when you heal a creature by adding +2 plus spell level in HP. Hey, you're a creature. Spellcaster grants you magic that can heal. You start off with the total number of spells that equal your Wisdom modifier plus Cleric level in first level spells and 3 cantrips. Domain spells are free spells you gain at certain levels that never count towards your total known. For these domain spells, Cure Wounds heals 1d8 plus your Wisdom modifier through touching someone, including yourself. I'm saying only heal yourself. You can help others if you want, but go narrative and say you can only heal yourself. Bless lets you give up to 3 creatures within 30 feet, including yourself, a d4 to any attack roll or saving throw for 1 minute while you maintain this spell. For your normal spells, Spare the Dying lets you stabilize a dying creature by touching them. This will not work on you, but at least you can save your friends. Shield of Faith gives you or a creature you can see within 60 feet +2 to your AC for 10 minutes while you maintain this spell. Detect Evil and Good lets you sense creatures for 10 minutes while you maintain this spell if they are within 30 feet. These creatures can be aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey, fiend, or undead. You can also sense holy or desecrated objects and land. Detect Magic allows you to sense magical energy within 30 feet of you for 10 minutes while you maintain this spell. With an action, you can learn the school, but not what the magic is. You get 2 more cantrips and 1 spell. Take what you want. Level 3 monks now have access to their subclass. Kensai Monk, found in Xanathar's, is most likely where all of you had already guessed. I was taking this after saying the word monk and sword. Kensai weapons are special monk weapons that gain special features as you level up. Right now you get 1 melee and 1 range. Choose katana and whatever ranged weapon you want. As I've said, you're good with just about anything. You learn how to fight with a lot of weapons over several hundred years. Agile Parry lets you turn your melee Kensai weapon into a defensive weapon, but only if you attack with an unarmed strike while holding your melee Kensai weapon, and not using it. Until the start of your next turn, you gain +2 to your AC while you're holding your melee Kensai weapon or not incapacitated. Kensai Shot improves your ranged Kensai weapon with a bonus action. You can now add 1d4 to the damage. Way of the Brush gives you proficiency in calligraphy tools. You've had a lot of time to practice your penmanship, but maybe you should change your signature after 100 years. Deflect Missile lets you reduce damage you take from ranged weapon attacks with a reaction by 1d10 plus your monk level plus your dexterity modifier. If you reduce the damage to 0 and have an open hand, you can spend 1 key point to catch the projectile and throw it back as a monk weapon attack. You've hit character level 5, bump up your proficiency bonus to +3. Level 4 monks earn our first ability score improvement, Bump Up Dex. Slow Fall reduces the damage you take from falling with a reaction by 5 times your monk level. Quickened Healing lets you heal yourself by spending 2 key points as an action and healing yourself 1 martial arts dice plus your proficiency bonus. Level 5 monks gain extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. Stunning Strike lets you stun enemies you hit. After you hit with an attack, you can spend 1 key point to force a con save. This save DC is the same as your cleric save, which is wisdom based. If they fail, they are stunned until the start of your next turn. A stunned creature can't move, can barely speak, automatically fails strength and dex saves, attack rolls against them are at advantage, and they can't take actions or reactions. Focus Aim lets you turn a miss into a hit. When you miss with an attack, you can spend up to 3 key points, adding +2 per point spent to the attack. Your martial arts dice are upgraded to a D6. Level 6 monks receive key empowered strikes and magical Kensai weapons. Your unarmed strikes and Kensai weapons are now magical. Death Strike lets you add damage to your Kensai weapon. Once per turn, you can add 1 martial arts dice to the damage when you hit. Your unarmored movement is now 45 feet. You also gain 1 new Kensai weapon. Choose whatever you want. I would suggest a sword of some type since that's your preferred style. Level 7 monks now have evasion. Now when you succeed on a dex save, you can you take no damage and only half on a failure. Stillness of mind lets you end one effect on yourself that is making you charmed or frightened. You just hit character level 9, raise your proficiency bonus again to +4. Level 8 monks earn another ability score improvement, cap off dex. Level 2 clerics gain channel divinity. Once per short or long rest, you can use your channel divinity to do one of 2 features. For these features, turn undead forces a wisdom save on all undead creatures within 30 feet. Should they fail, they are now frightened of you. Not really you, but the next one is. Preserve life gives you a pool of healing that equals 5 times your cleric level. You can choose any character within 30 feet to give this pool to, that includes yourself. This cannot bring the chosen creature over half its total HP. For your new spell, take what you want. Level 2 fighters now have action surge. You can give yourself another action once per short or long rest. Level 3 fighters receive their subclass. Samurai, found in Xanathars, would go nicely for you. First you gain a new skill, take Persuasion. Fighting Spirit lets you give yourself advantage on all attacks by using your bonus action until the end of your turn. You also gain 5 temporary HP. You can do this 3 times per long rest. You've hit a new milestone. Your character level 13, bring your proficiency bonus up to +5. Level 4 fighters earn another ability score improvement, bump up wisdom for more AC, and better healing. Level 5 fighters get nothing because extra attack doesn't stack, but enjoy the D10 hit dice. Level 6 fighters earn another ability score improvement, let's grab a feat. Tough from the player's handbook gives you double your current character level in HP and then adds +2 to every level after. Level 7 samurai fighters are now elegant courtiers. You can now add your wisdom modifier to persuasion checks, and you are now proficient in wisdom saves. You've reached character level 17, maxing out your proficiency bonus at +6. Level 8 fighters earn our final ability score improvement, cap off wisdom. Level 9 fighters are indomitable. You can now re-roll 1 failed saving throw, including death saves, once per long rest. Our final level is level 10 fighter, and samurai gain tireless spirit. Now when you roll initiative and have no use of fighting spirit, you regain 1 use. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 8, Dex 20, Con 13, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 20, Charisma 12. Your total levels are Cleric 2, Monk 8, Fighter 10. Let's dive in. You are a master of the blade. Wielding a longsword as a katana, you're dealing 1d10 +5 with 2 hands, re-rolling 1 or 2 on the damage, can then add 1d6, make this at advantage, you're attacking twice, and all this is magical. You can also stun your enemies or turn a miss into a hit. Your AC is 20, you can add up to 4 to it, and you can make attacks against you at disadvantage. Even if you do get hit, you have over 200 HP, taking the average, can heal yourself 1d8 +8, or 1d10 +10, end effects on yourself, re-rolled failed saves, and have advantage on death saves. Downside. Firstly, your strength score is terrible, but you're adding your proficiency bonus to the saves, so who cares? You can easily fix this by just getting a 10 on a dice roll. You have limited resources with 8 key points and 3 spell slots. Most of all, you have a lot of concentration spells, and those don't stack. In all honesty, just save your spell slots for healing. It's time to win the prize in the first timeline, then become an alien in the second timeline, get reset in the third timeline, and we will not be mentioning what happens to you in the fourth timeline. Why don't we just end by saying this? Stand your ground against evil and for what you love. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify, and make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character. And thank you to my awesome Artificer tier over on Patreon. Thank you, John Martin, Jonathan Hayes, Christopher R. Hunter, and Java Squirrel. You guys are what drives this channel forward.